Get ready for a super fun adventure in the sky. We're going to watch pilots do amazing tricks and fly through tricky weather like superheroes. We've caught some incredible moments on camera that will make you wonder, did that really happen? You'll see stunts that seem like magic and skills so great, you might think pilots have superpowers. So, buckle up and let's fly off into the sky. Here are 75 unbelievable aviation moments caught on camera. Oh, that was a close shave. While you and I may have gotten the creeps from a plane flying as close as this to us, it's an everyday experience for the Air Force. Some of them are so used to it they don't even notice some again. Have you ever seen signal flares being dropped from a plane in the sky? They resemble fireworks and can be a beautiful sight to behold. But flares are so important in aviation for both civilian and military planes. They serve as illumination, distress signaling, or defensive countermeasures. Here's a guy having an experience of his life. Surely getting to fly alongside birds must be up there on the list of fantastic fun activities. I do have to try this one out someday and see for myself what the view is like from above. Pilots can be so calm under extraordinary circumstances, and it's what their job demands. Here's one casually strolling a plane in between buildings in the sky, like someone picking up household items on supermarket shelves. A real pro at work. I wonder what's going through the minds of people in those buildings as they see the plane fly by. This is Shockwave, a truck bearing the same power as a jet. Thanks to 3 jet engines, this impressive vehicle produces 36,000 tons of horsepower. If there ever was a beast on wheels, this would be it. This is a close-up look at a plane engine that is having its first run. While it looks scary and dangerous, it's a normal thing for an engine going on its first journey, according to experts. Don't mind the fire. It's just warming up for awesomeness. The F-22 Raptor is currently the most powerful military plane in the world. Not only does it move at an amazing speed, but it's also capable of jaw-dropping flare maneuvers. See for yourself. This was a performance at an air show, but it demonstrates what it can do during action. Looking for some unusual fun moments? What do you think about getting blown away by a jet? This is the KLM 747 Extreme jet blowing people into the Maho Beach in the Caribbean island of St. Martin. A former flight attendant shared that the pilots enjoy it too. Let's head over to Turkey, where an F-16 aircraft pilot understood the assignment. This is a popular plane spotting region, and the pilot gave the spotters a thrill by flying close to them on its way to landing. Tall about the ultimate plane spotting experience. Aerial firefighting is no joke. It requires an amazing pilot who's skilled at maneuvering airplanes and brave at keeping their acts together. These are true superheroes. Have you ever seen an airplane doing acrobatics? Amazing, right? While this is likely a remote-controlled airplane, it still demonstrates immense skill, experience, and an ability to remain calm under tense moments. The maneuvers it is able to pull off are next level and truly enjoyable to watch. No, This is not a pilot doing stunts with a plane. It's a slow-moving crash. A United States pilot, while trying to land an airplane, is having issues doing so. The plane crashes and the pilot is forced to quickly eject. We're not sure what caused the crash.
Oh, he just crashed. Oh. Oh.
This is the Boeing 777X, whose pilot is showing off at the Farnborough International Air Show in 2022. You can see the plane perform a steep takeoff, showing the pilot's outstanding skills. Don't worry about being in an airplane that does this, as it's not possible with passengers in the plane. This helicopter pilot deserves some thumbs up. Landing aircraft is difficult enough. How about trying to do it in this stormy weather on a moving ship? It's no surprise he nailed it, though. That's what professional pilots do. This driver's dashboard cam captured a helicopter making an emergency landing in the middle of a busy street in Bucharest, knocking off some streetlights and stopping traffic in the process. The helicopter is said to be one of 6 performing rehearsals for the Romanian Air Force Day before it lost control. This is not something you see every day. The story is that a pilot gave a guest a ride in the plane at an air show, and the guest decided to try their hands at flying with the pilot already off the plane, leading to this wobbly takeoff. However, it looks like a scripted incident to give the spectators a fun time.
That is not the prescribed method for takeoff. Yikes! Oh, buddy, fuck it! No, now he's coming this way. Stop! Ah! No, 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 no! Oh, dear me.
The pilot of this Vans RV-6 showed real composure to land the plane after an initial hard landing that resulted in a bounce. An inexperienced pilot would have panicked, but not this pro. He couldn't make a 10/10 landing, but he sure averted any disaster. You're probably thinking there's no way the helicopter lifts a plane as big as that, but check what happens. These aircraft can be more powerful than you realize. They can carry cars, heavy cargo, and other aircraft. The thing is, a professional pilot at the helm helps too. The plane you see here is the Airbus A319 flying quite close to another plane. It looks like the planes have something else in mind, but both pilots are masters at their craft. They did it again to the excitement of those present at the air show in Slovakia. Let's head to San Francisco, where these 2 planes are taking off at the same time. They make it look like a race, and this view from one of the planes gives us a glimpse of these 2 pro pilots putting their skills to the test. This happened at an air show in Paris. The F-16 pilot went so fast that he almost broke the sound barrier.
I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody who...
The spectators enjoyed it, as it's not an experience everybody will witness. You can hear them in the background clapping in to show their approval. Initially, I thought I was looking at a chopper that was out of control, but on second look, that is a cool stunt that requires great skill. On another look, that might just be the most pleasing landing I've seen a helicopter pilot pull off. In Amsterdam, a Delta Airbus A300 pilot had to pull off a remarkable landing on a short runway of about 3,000 feet because the other main runways were closed due to weather. The only option was to brake as hard as possible, and boy, did he pull it off. Up next is a C-27 airplane making a steep landing. What's particularly outstanding with this landing is the rate at which the pilot maintained motion on a straight line mid-air before a very soft landing. You'd almost not notice it if you were on the plane.
A dosadne na vzletovú a pristávaciu dráhu na minimálnej vzdialenosti a pri najbližšej možnosti opustenia dráhy, to znamená pri najbližšej rolovačke.
Another Boeing 737 aircraft needed to land perfectly on a slippery runway covered in snow and ice in Baltimore, United States. The plane slid on touchdown, but thanks to the pilot's experience, that landing was as great as you'd hoped. Then, we have the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds flying low and in sync over a beach. Obviously, the Air Force does have the best pilots, but it's still an impressive sight to behold. Maintaining formations like this is important on missions, a reference to how birds coordinate when flying in the skies. This stunt pilot is so good that he's pouring water into a cup from a bottle and nothing spills from the water. Definitely not a first-timer trick, but honestly, how is gravity not pulling down the water as he rotates the plane? What do you think of a curvy runway? That's what pilots have to deal with when landing an airplane in Chagual, Peru. Another reason to appreciate pilots keeping passengers safe, no matter the situation or runway throws at them. Sometimes, pilots get too skilled and decide to see what it feels like to drive a plane like a novice.
All right, Tora, look out. Liz, he's coming at you.
Well, actually, we might have figured it out. I think he's working his way back over to the runway. Well, I don't know if he can hear us at all, but if you pull back on the stick, the houses get smaller. You push forward on the stick, the houses get bigger. If you pull back on the stick...
That's exactly what this Piper Cub plane pilot did at a plane show. He tried putting the plane in different strange positions, resulting in 2 wing strikes, before bringing the plane back to position. This is a United States Air Force plane getting refueled in the sky. The concentration, balance, precision, and accuracy required by both the fueling plane and the aircraft being fueled should be classified as a superpower. It just shows the remarkable work pilots do. Here's another cool trick known as the dump and burn maneuver. Performed by an F-111 combat aircraft, it features a fuel dump in the air and an ignition using the plane's afterburner. Also known as torching, it's a popular display of flames that's spectacular when done right. You're looking at the winner of the Red Bull Air Race, and it's not hard to imagine why this is the winner. You can see the pilot pulling off amazing moves and maneuverability that we've come to associate with only the best of the best pilots. Forget about the Red Bull Air Race for a moment. Can you fly through this course successfully? This is the course used in the qualification before the main race. Your skills will have to be top tier if you're to pull this off. Check out those turns and bends. Pugachev's Cobra, more popularly known as the Cobra maneuver, is one of the most popular plane maneuvers. The plane starts with a vertical pitch-up. Then, it does a forward pitch while maintaining altitude. It's a super maneuver that relies on a plane's ability to post-stall and change the angle of attack. Kulbit maneuver, also called Frolov chakra, is similar to the Cobra maneuver, but it closes the loop, unlike the Cobra that stalls and returns to position. It involves an aircraft performing a tight loop similar in length to the aircraft. It is used for evading targets. This is another mid-flight refueling process. This one is even more difficult as the contact points are extended from both aircraft. Hence, it will require more precision and accuracy. Enjoy this refueling process while you can, as there are talks of making it automated. At an air show in San Francisco, California, this Boeing 747-400 airplane produced an excellent performance as it flew so close to the people present. It made several low passes over the bay as the spectators marveled at the beautiful man-made bird. Check out the strength of this helicopter. This is how those heavy cargo get delivered, and it's not just the aircraft carrying it. It also needs the service of a master pilot. I'll be proud if this is my delivery. It's super cool. In today's subscriber's pick, we see a Boeing 747 aircraft lose its engine mid-air with an emergency landing impossible due to the busy highway. It took skill from the pilot who accelerated quickly past the traffic before an emergency landing was finally made, saving everyone on board. Take a look at the United States Air Force One being escorted by 2 F-35 fighter jets as it attempts to land. With Air Force One being the most protected aircraft in the US because it transports the president, these pilots have one of the most important jobs in the world. The plane spotter audience at an air show in Sweden witnessed a replication of 2 fighter jets in a dogfight as one jet chased the other. This is what happens when military aircraft go after one another, with one firing missiles while the other shoots flares to distract the missiles and attempt to maneuver to safety. Is the Emirates Airbus 380, the world's largest passenger airliner and the 3rd biggest plane ever manufactured, flying past a group of plane spotters on its way to landing. This airplane is a remarkable piece of engineering, equipped with 2 decks that can carry between 500 and 850 people. Elon Musk may not be one of your favorite individuals, but what he has done with SpaceX is literally out of this world. Look at these rockets as they perform a jaw-dropping landing. Check out those maneuvers. You cannot be unimpressed with this beauty. Up next is a look at the Herbst maneuver, also known as the J-turn. It was first performed in 1993 by an X-31. It is similar to the Cobra maneuver, but is more handy in combat. The plane is rolled while pointing up, so it's oriented differently when it comes down. Did you know that pilots need to time the landing gear perfectly to ensure a safe landing? This is what it looks like when an airplane brings out its landing gear tires. It is an ingenious piece of engineering that goes a long way to safeguard the lives of pilots and passengers. Who said dragons do not exist in the real world? Here is another look at the Airbus A380 airplane spotted cruising the sky. The size of this plane is quite intimidating, and we have to give special kudos to the pilots flying it. Remember the plane that we saw extending its landing gear a while ago? Here is the same plane at the moment it comes in contact with the runway after maintaining a low altitude for some minutes. A 10/10 landing by a professional pilot, if you ask me. An American Top Gun pilot landing a space shuttle. Landing this aircraft required constant communication between the pilot and the crew on the ground. It is one of the more sophisticated planes requiring special landing technologies, as can be seen in this video.
Intercepting the ball bar.
Here's down.
Ball bar.
Good, looking good. Good ball bar.
Starting to
50
flare.
250. 30 230. 20 220.
Right there.
10 210. I agree. You're down.
Shoot.
Nice.
185.
Derotating.
Good rate. 2 2. Wow.
Let's take another look at the Airbus A380, but this time we see the pilot maneuver the plane into the right position on the runway before taking off. Considering the size of this beast, the pilots have some special talent for turning it that smoothly. You're witnessing coordinated flying by a group of B-2 stealth bombers. These planes are essential in combat for their technology, but everything is able to come to life due to the bravery and brilliance of the pilots. No wonder they have to go through rigorous training routines. The falling leaf maneuver, also known as a rudder stall, is a controlled maneuver where the aircraft stalls and spins. Using a fixed-wing aircraft, the pilot stalls the plane and uses the rudder to steer steadily until it begins to fall. It is used in training to prepare pilots for unexpected stalls. Might be small, but arrestor gears are crucial aviation components for stopping accidents on aircraft carriers. Made of steel wire ropes, they are designed to catch the plane's tail hook, slowing down the plane in the process. Here is a U.S. Navy carrier and the arrestor gears in action. Vincent Fraser and his father-in-law were flying over North Carolina when their single-engine aircraft suddenly stopped functioning. Thankfully, Fraser was able to make an emergency landing on a busy 4-lane highway without hitting any vehicle. He said he knew the importance of staying calm to keep everyone alive. Nothing to see here. Just one of the strongest planes in the world pulling off one of the coolest plane moves you can think of. This is an F-22 Raptor tearing it up before finishing it up with a Pugachev Cobra maneuver. A teenage pilot, 18-year-old Brock Peters, made an incredible landing on the famous Route 66. He was taking family members to breakfast when he heard a strange sound and knew he had to bring the single-engine Piper Cub down even when the only available spot was the highway. In 1988, a Soviet test pilot, Anatoly Kavochur, performed a remarkable maneuver, a variation of the bell tail slide maneuver that has come to be named the Kavochur's Bell. Using the MiG-29, he propels forward with simultaneous braking while following tail movement. In August 2019, a state trooper was driving in Pierce County, Washington, when he saw a plane searching for a landing spot after losing its engine. As the pilot was making a landing on the busy road, the trooper followed him, blocking other vehicles to avoid a collision. This helicopter pilot may have just broken the world record for the shortest flight ever. It looks like an emergency response helicopter was going to take a flight, but the pilot seems to have forgotten the small metal bar by the side and hits it with the tail rotor as it turns. Check out this calm pilot as he takes off from runway 22 at the Claremont County Airport, also known as Sporty's Airport. The pilot clearly has been doing this for a while. All he has to do is lean into his training and experience, and the plane makes it to the sky.
B1, rotate.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Positive rate.
This pigeon got the surprise of its life after attempting to make it to the sky with the help of a plane. It quickly positioned itself on the plane and stayed calm. However, what the pigeon didn't expect was for the plane to move as fast as it did. Let's head back to Sporty's Airport in Ohio, United States, to witness another calm pilot at work. This time, the pilot is landing a Cessna 182 on the runway. Looks easy, but he's only able to pull this off due to years of training and practice. This Boeing 747 Dreamlifter aircraft had one of the tires detach as it was taking off in an Italian airport. Thanks to the pilot's experience and skill, they were still able to land the plane safely when they got to the destination. What this plane is doing is called a flat spin maneuver. In this maneuver, the plane's nose pitches up, but when it starts to descend, it does so in a rotating motion and with no forward speed. This is a dangerous maneuver that only the best pilots can attempt. Car drift is a hard enough skill, but what about drifting a plane? Take a look at the exceptional skill by this 787 pilot. He exhibited a rare skill to land the plane from an impossible angle in Osaka. I wasn't even sure where he was going to land the plane. Some think Lukla Airport is the most dangerous airport in the world, and you might want to agree with the sentiment after watching this clip. Not only is the surrounding mountain range an obstacle, but the short runway and the bend require nothing but a professional pilot. Still on the theme of tricky airports with strange runways, here's another one. This is located in St. Barth, and this is a popular runway that's only 650 meters long, a far cry from the average length of over 2,000 meters. When it comes to performing brilliant stunts with an aircraft, you have to give it to the Russians. Check out this helicopter pull-off move like it's on the dance floor. I can't even commit all the functions on my car dashboard to memory. Then, I saw this cockpit footage of what pilots have to deal with from this A330. I know it comes with their training, but I can't help thinking they use some kind of superpowers.
30, 20, 10.
This is a pilot starting up the Boeing 737 airplane. The sheer number of functions and buttons don't only show the ingenuity of an aircraft's engineering, but also the bravery and skills required for piloting them. And this is just starting up the plane. The tail slide maneuver. It is slightly similar to the Cobra maneuver, but it takes a bit more time. Rather than pitch forward for the Cobra maneuver, the pilot stays there for a moment before diving steeply as it moves back into an aerodynamic position. When we mention the peculiarities of a pilot's job, one aspect we usually forget is the view they get from up there. The footage from this cockpit video from Cancun in Mexico gives us a glance into how beautiful the view can be for pilots. I bet these repairmen would not want to trade their jobs for anything. Slightly risky, yes, but also super fun, especially with the view from up there. This is the Canadair CL-415 firefighting plane, also known as a water bomber, scooping water from the sea. These are special planes designed to put out fires, and for that, it needs to store water. Once again, amazing skill by the pilot. And if you're wondering what they look like in action, here is a water bomber taking out fire in one shot. That is a lot of water, around 6,000 liters. Some other agents or chemicals may also be added so they penetrate to the bottom and knock out the fire at once. This is known as the Cuban 8 maneuver, so named because it was invented by an American pilot who served with the Cuban Air Force and due to the maneuver forming the number 8. It is one of the most complex maneuvers, requiring skill and focus. These guys must have one of the coolest jobs in aviation. They are called air marshals or aircraft marshals. Their job is to guide and direct aircraft on the ground at airports to ensure safe and efficient movements. It's not as easy as you think. They go through an air marshaller training before they're allowed to do this. And that's all we have for you today. We hope you've enjoyed every bit of these aviation moments. Let us know which one is your favorite in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more magic moments like these. See you.